Hey there, boys and girls. This is Mr. Cook, and today is Thursday, January 21st, 2021. Now, today we're going to be talking about counting back 1, 2, or 3. So, we are now moving on to subtraction. We've been working on addition for quite a long time. Now, we're going to switch gears and go the other way. So, the first thing that we're going to learn today is what strategies can I use to subtract? We've been learning a lot of stuff with addition and talking about our doubles, near doubles, counting on, those kind of strategies. Now we have to talk about the ones we're going to use for subtraction. Our first one that we're going to learn how to do is counting backwards. So, what we're going to talk about is we're going to look at these blueberries right there on this page. It says up top, draw a picture of an X over 1, 2, or 3 blueberries to show that they were eaten. Write the subtraction that goes along with your drawing. So when we're looking at these blueberries here, boys and girls, remember with subtraction, you always have to start with the biggest number. If you don't, you're not going to have enough numbers to take away from them. So, for example, down here on the bottom, boys and girls, we're going to take a look at our number line. So let's say that I had 6 plus 4 for my equation. When we use our number line to do addition, we go up. We go this way. So if I was doing 6 plus 4, I would go start at the number 6, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we know that equals 10. So when we are doing subtraction, we have to make sure that we're getting a smaller number. We're subtracting that one away, so we have to go down. So for example, if I was doing 6 minus 4, I still start with the biggest number, and I count backwards by going this way. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. So make sure we are geared up and ready to go to use subtraction by starting with the biggest number and taking some numbers away. So let's start it off. I'm actually just going to take away 2 blueberries here. But the first thing I have to look at is to see how many blueberries I have altogether. So counting even the ones that I crossed out, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I've got 9 blueberries. The number that you have that's the biggest here is going to be 9. So we're going to start with 9. We are then going to take away our 2 blueberries that I have X'd out right there. So I'm going to take away 2. And if I have 9, what I can use for my strategy is actually counting backwards. I could start by just counting all of these, but I know that I have 9 blueberries. So if I count backwards, I know that I have 9, and then I have 8, and then I have 7. So that means I just counted back 2 blueberries right there, so I should have 7. Another way I can check, looking like this, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are left. So when we're using our count back strategy, we really want to start with the whole number and start counting backwards down lower to think about the ones that we're taking away. So this is kind of like the opposite of addition, because when we did our count on method, we got a bigger number and we went up. When we're counting back, we go smaller. So let's take a look at that a little bit. You can count back to subtract. So right here it says we're going to start with 6 and we're going to count back 2. So we start with the number 6 and we're going to count back 2 places. So if you count with me, we start with 6 and then we're going to count down. So we have 6, 5, 4. So that means we just took away 1 and 2 spots right there. So I have 6, 5, 4. I'm jumping down 2 spots. So 6 minus 2 is going to equal 4. So let's practice that a little bit here. We're going to count back to subtract using the little blocks here to help. So we start with the number 8. I know that I need to go down here, boys and girls. I'm not going to go up because that's using addition. We're going to go down because we're doing subtraction. We're starting with the number 8. So what comes before the number 8? I'm going to think to myself, I got to count backwards now. So it's going to go 8, 7, 6, 5. Now when we take a look at this, if we started with 8, we went 3 steps back. That's the same exact thing of saying 8 minus 3. So if I did 8 minus 3, that's going to equal 5. Another way that I can check when I do my subtraction problems, when I draw them, I look like this. Start with the biggest number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we start with the number 8. Make sure you guys are not drawing this number 3. I see that a lot happening in first grade because we get subtraction mixed up with addition. For this one, you start with the number 8, and then you're taking 3 away. That's what this symbol is. That's our subtraction sign. We're taking that away. That's minus. So that means I'm going to take away 1, 2, and 3. And if I circle what I have left here, boys and girls, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, as you can see, this method's taking me a little longer than it was to do the count back method. So this one's going to help with when we have lower numbers, with, let's say, subtracting number 1, number 2, and number 3. So we're going to start off with these guys here. Now, we're going to count back to subtract using these blocks to help if you have that at home. If not, Mr. Cook's going to do it in his head and also draw one out right here. So for this guy here, we start with the number 7. We're going to take away 1. So we have 7 minus 1 here on the bottom. Now, using my count back method, I'm just going to take the number 7 and count back 1. So what number comes before the number 7? So I count back. I go 7, 6. So if I did 7, take away 1, that would be 6. Or 7 minus 1. So let's take a look over this guy. This one I'm going to count back 2, but I'm also going to show a picture here on the bottom to show my method of thinking. So we're starting with the number 4. We are going to do 4 minus 2, or 4 take away 2 here on the bottom. So we start with number 4. What comes before the number 4? So we have 4, 3, 2. We're counting down. So to draw a picture to show that, I'd go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to draw the biggest number, and that's all the one that we're drawing. We take away 2, so I have 1, 2, and what's left is my answer. So we know that 4 minus 2 equals 2 by using a picture, but we're also learning how to count back with those ones. Let's finish up with these two on the bottom. Now we're getting into some bigger numbers here now. We're starting off with the number 12. These ones are going to be a little tricky. So I start with the number 12. I have to think to myself, what comes before the number 12? Okay, so I have 12, 11, 10. So if I count back 1, 2 spots just like that, then I have 12 minus 2 is going to equal 10. For this one here, I'm going to count back 3 this time and also draw the picture on the bottom to show you how we're going to do it. So when we do this one here, boys and girls, we have 10, and we're going to count back 3 spots. So it's going to go 10, 9, 8, 7. So I did 10 minus 3, and I jump back 1, 2, 3 spots. My answer there would be 7. To draw a picture, I would look like this. So I have 10, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Remember, you're only drawing the biggest number. That is it. So when we take 3 away, you're not drawing those 3, you're taking those 3 away from these guys right here. So if I had 10 minus 3, 10 take away 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm left with these guys down here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and it matches up. It's always good, boys and girls, to actually do it both ways so that you're also checking your work. So right here, boys and girls, if you want to stop and practice these, you're more than welcome to do this for you on your own if you want to pause the video. But my friends at home, you guys will be working on completing pages 281 to 284 in your math books. If you want to be amazing and super awesome, you guys can do optional pages, which means you don't have to do them, but if you want to get a little extra practice and get some brownie points from your teacher, do pages 285 to 286. All right, boys and girls, good luck and have fun.